Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Wrestling vs. the World podcast. You enjoying your day, sweet? If not, well, what the hell ever. So, we're finally past WrestleMania, and why not do something fun? Let's review a Raw after WrestleMania, but we're going back to one of the most infamous ones. April 8, 2013, the night after WrestleMania 29, from the Izod Center. Oh, this was one that you'll never forget. Raw kicking off, we got the new WWE Champion John Cena cutting a promo. He's defeated The Rock at WrestleMania 29. He's ready to celebrate, and he's got his parody shirt. He's got a shirt that says the champ is here, and it's got the drawing of the WWE Championship around his waist, which, if memory serves me right, he did a similar shirt like that after he won the title for the very first time in 2005, but with a spinner belt instead. So it's like, yeah, nice little throwback there. And he says, oh, you fans want a celebration. How about I do a dance? Or a kick? Oh, how about a heel turn? Yay! I mean, a precursor would be like, oh, I'm going to listen to you guys like 12 years later. So, he wants to defend the championship tonight against anybody. And who answers the challenge? Mark Henry. Mark's trying to cut a promo, fans are chanting sexual chocolate. Cena's like, I don't get it, these people want to have sex with chocolate. And then people are starting chanting, like, he's reminding people that, hey, I'll be right back last night. Fans are chanting, feed me more. Cena's like, they want to have sex with chocolate and they want to eat some more. I know, Cena, I don't get it either. But then, here comes SmackDown GM at the time, Booker T, because thankfully it's not John Laryngitis anymore. He acknowledges that The Rock is still technically the number one contender for the WWE Championship, which goes unanswered for at least 12 years. Because I'm recording this late before WrestleMania 41 anyway, and The Rock's never got his contractually obligated rematch, even though this rule happened before they got rid of that shit in 2018. But unfortunately, The Rock is unable to be there at Raw because he's injured from the match. I mean, same thing what happened the year prior of another injury, but just of a different kind. But then he decides, hey, Mark Henry, you will face John Cena tonight, but you're not getting the opportunity for the title unless you beat John Cena first. So, you win, you get a title shot. If not, no thanks. So, and they never clarify, it's like, if you do win, when is he going to get a shot? And it's like, regardless of the outcome, he's going to get a shot. It's just going to take about another 3 months. So, foreshadowing. Then you get the first match on this episode of Raw. Daniel Bryan versus Big E Langston. Back when he didn't show a personality and still had a last name. And this was the entrance where Big E was stretching and flailing his arms around and smacked AJ in the chest. Just like, bump. She's like, yeah, it's okay. And I think she said years later that she pranked Big E, making him think that she actually injured him, broke her sternum or whatever it was. Well, at the end of the match, Daniel Bryan gets thrown to the ringside into Kane, who was about to chokeslam Dolph. And then Dolph Ziggler throws Daniel Bryan back into the ring. Big ending. Big E wins his first main roster singles match. Congrats. But I mean, it's a shame what we'll see years later, seeing his career get cut short. Hopefully he gets back in the ring someday, but who knows. Then you get this second match. The Miz, the brand new umpteenth time Intercontinental frickin' champion, defending the title against his, the most recent champion, Wade Barrett, in a rematch from the WrestleMania 29 pre-show. I wasn't asking for this. Well, at the end, both men are on the second rope. Miz is inside the ring, Barrett's on the outside, and Miz gets his head rammed forehead first onto the top of the turnbuckle of the ring post back when they didn't have the LED boards. Gets back in the ring. Boom! 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 Bullhammer elbow. And Barrett wins the Intercontinental Championship for the third time. Why did you bother changing the title the night prior if you were just going to change it again the next night? I know we'll see this again 3 years into the future involving the Miz and the Intercontinental Championship again, but I get you want to have something good to start WrestleMania with the pre-show, but it would be more memorable if it was a main show thing rather than the pre-show. Otherwise, nobody's going to have a memory of that. Now, backstage, Vicky Guerrero and Brad Maddox. One of them is the GM, the other's the assistant. I can't remember which, and I don't care. And Vicky said, oh, WrestleMania 29 last night was a great success. Please tell me this is opposite day. So Sheamus barges in, being like, oi, fella, I want to match with Big Show, fella. He knocked me out last night, fella. Oi, oi, oi. Vicky's just like, okay, you'll get a match tonight. But she's sketchy with that verbiage because she said he'll get a match, but he listed a specific opponent. He wants Big Show. But he didn't say a name. So after the commercial, Booker T looks like he's ready to leave, going backstage, but then here comes Randy being like, hey, congratulations on becoming a Hall of Famer. And Randy also wants to match with Big Show. Okay, they realized they couldn't trust the guy. They got pissed off that they got knocked out. He wants a match, but Booker T's like, didn't you hear? Sheamus got the match, sucker. But then Randy's like, hey, wait. I know you're a GM over on SmackDown, but you can overrule Vicky. You're a Hall of Famer. And Booker T's like, okay, you'll get a match tonight. So, Big Show's got 2 guys gunning for him, and apparently we might have 2 opponents for him. But that'll wait and see. Then you get to the 3rd match, a 2-on-1 handicap match. Jack Swagger and Uncle Zebekiah versus Alberto Del Perro. If you know Spanish, you'll know the meaning of that last term. So, 2-on-1 handicap match here. Swagger, he's wearing down Alberto's leg during the match, but Alberto still wins with a cross-arm breaker after getting away from the Patriot Lock. So, Swagger taps out despite the fact that himself and Zepp Coulter had the numbers advantage. I mean, yeah, I know Swagger wasn't in the best light with the company because he got busted for marijuana prior to this and everything, but, your future does not look good there, sir. Post-match, history gets made because Ziggler comes down with his contract, cashes in, tells the doctor that he'll soon see CM Punk later on to get the hell out of the ring, and the cash-in finally takes place for the World Heavyweight title. Hope seemed lost when Ziggler got put in the cross-arm breaker after, getting some good offense, but he twisted the leg to break the freaking hold. Zigzag, and Ziggler gets the pin to become the new World Heavyweight Champion, and the Izod Center breaks the record for the world's biggest group orgy, because everybody explodes with cum at the exact same time when the bell rings. I hope you all cleaned your pants after that one, because everybody was just like, yay, jizz, woohoo, orgy, woo, orgasm, awesome. That's a moment to remember, so everybody's celebrating, Ziggler becomes champion. Hope they don't drop the ball on that one. After the break, we now get The Undertaker. Arrives to the ring after his final victory of the streak, because we know what happens the next year, and announces that he dedicated his win to the memory of Paul Bearer. But you know who doesn't, care about that? The Shield. They're coming down through the ring, the entrances, with the fans and all that, and they surround 3 out of the 4 sides of the ring, which never makes sense anymore. They go through the hard camera side, the right side by the commentary table, and the opposite side of the hard camera, but they don't block the aisleway, where with the ramp and everything, but yet Undertaker looks like he's completely surrounded. It's like, you have your exit if you go back where the stage area is, dude. So we got 3 young guys going up against The Undertaker, but now comes Team Hell No to fend off the Shield, scare him away. So that means the ring has a dead man, a pyromaniac, and a barnyard animal. One of these things doesn't belong here. Now then we get to the weird part of the show. Random tag match. The Joke Squad, being R-Truth, Santino Marella, and Zack Ryder versus 3MB. It's a joke, but I'm not laughing. Santino wins with a Cobra on Heath Slater. I'm getting flashbacks of Saturday Morning Slam. I want a drink right now. It's just this was just something that's there just because. Next! Then a little backstage segment. A Viper and Beaker from the Muppets argue backstage saying, "Oi, fella. Oh, boner. Oh, you tried to play politics to get in the match, fella. You did too. Want to touch boners?" Or whatever the fuck they were speaking of. I couldn't listen to what they were saying. Essentially, they're both pissed off that they both went against each other behind each other's backs to go see the GMs try to get a match against Big Show. So now we have to take it to the ring. Orton and Sheamus get a promo there, trying to gather the crowd reactions. Who should face Big Show? And this is the segment where Randy forgot his lines shortly after he got out there. They had to edit out of the network and everything. So they decide, hey, let's have fans vote on Twitter. Let's not use the WWE app with voting and all that stuff. Maybe that wasn't a thing still back in 2013. I know this was 12 years, but you had the app to vote, but instead they rely on Twitter. Use hashtag this or hashtag that. If you want to see Randy get the match, use hashtag boner. If you want to see Sheamus do it, use hashtag ghost. So, fans are voting during the commercial break, and the votes come back in. People want to see Randy do it. But then out comes Booker T and Vicky to show that, hey, your vote doesn't matter. This really shows that they don't listen to the fans because they're like, nah, screw that. Instead, if you guys want to see you face Big Show, you two can go one-on-one right here, right now. Winner will face Big Show. And just like we saw in the first segment, they don't say when. So you get Randy and Sheamus in an impromptu match. And this is the one that the fans did not care about because they're chanting for literally anything else except for anything praiseworthy towards either Orton or Sheamus. They'll chant for the commentators. They'll chant, "Ole, Randy Savage," and all that other shit. And finally, at the end, out comes the Big Show. Because, I see stuff, like, I see a match like this, I'd rather be watching Booker T and Buff Bagwell from 2001 on Raw. But now here comes the Big Show. He saves the segment by taking out both men. The crowd's chanting, "Thank you, Big Show," words you never thought you'd hear in your life. Ever. So, both men are out, and there's no finish. So, I mean, we know who's going to face Big Show later on with hindsight and everything, but we didn't know at that moment. So, that settles that. And then we get to one of the most infamous parts of the show. Fandango! With not the movie app or its service. Versus Kofi Kingston, which is Fandango's first Raw match. And I've already covered on the podcast early on Kofi's 2013 run, so we don't need to revisit that. But the crowd starts singing Fandango's entrance theme during the match, which is a very brief match nonetheless. And yeah, I know it's been 12 years, but it's still a fun thing to see, like, even if it's jaw-dropping, be like, what? This caught on? So again, the match did not last long. Jericho runs in, beats the hell out of Fandango. So the ballroom dancer gets a DQ win. Then post-match, the crowd's dancing and singing their hearts out Fandango's music as it plays. And, I know, again, it was a bizarre thing, but it friggin' made numbers on the UK charts over in iTunes over there. Became a big hit, and people love the song, so... I know some people think it's, goofy and stupid and everything, but it was harmless. It was fun, and it's still remembered to this day. It even had continued after the show. So... Hey, the crowd went home happy, okay? Then Josh Matthews, earlier he interviewed Dolph Ziggler about his title win. Wasn't really relevant because, we know he won, he's happy and all that. But now he's interviewing Paul Heyman backstage about the fact that both of his Paul Heyman guys lost their matches at WrestleMania 29. And Heyman says, "Brock is ready for a fight tonight, but, I'm not gonna let my client fight for free." I mean, well, at least not for another 6.5 years until he squashed Kofi. And then he said, Punk, why don't you ask Punk about his loss? And he'll address it next week on Raw. And we remember what goes down there, because Punk needs time off. Then the next match, second to last match of the night, this was supposed to have happened at WrestleMania 29. Team Road Scullers and the Bella Twins versus Tons of Funk and the Funkadactyls. According to Total Divas, it was cut because Undertaker, CM Punk went too long. So we're essentially getting a repeat of what happened with WrestleMania 10. WrestleMania 10 was supposed to have had a 10-man tag, got cut for time constraints, so it got pushed to Raw after this. So now we're getting this too. Nothing to note here except for the fact that Sano got squashed by both, literally, by both Brodus Clay and Tensai at the exact same time with a double running splash to give the babyface team the win. I don't care. But then you get your main event. Cena, Mark Henry, non-title. If Henry wins, he gets a future title shot. Match finish just showed, this match did not even last very long. Because they were really restricted on time here. But Henry drives Cena back first into the ring post. Count is up to 6. Cena throws Henry into the steps, gets back in the ring. Boom, Cena wins via countout. Well, that finish wasn't very accepted by the fans, now was it? But then Henry attacks Cena post-match, drops him with the World's Strongest Slam, and poses with the WWE Championship. Won't be the last time. And then out comes Ryback. Ugh. Shoot me more. He comes out, he fights off Henry, knee hook clothesline, spine buster. Ryback sends Mark Henry out of the ring. And crowd boos when he offers to extend his hand to Cena to help him up. Feed me more. Feed me more. Swerve, bro! Knee hook clothesline to Cena. Shell shock. And they edited out of the, on Peacock and the network, they edited this part out, but Ryback did the whole up yours arm motion before posing with the WWE Championship over Cena. So yeah, Ryback's now a bad guy. I mean, yeah, I know he would also be looking like a bad guy in real life after leaving the company, but still, yeah, this then leads to that kind of stuff, which I wish I could forget. So yeah, this was a rather weird Raw. This is the Raw that people try to compare any other Raws after WrestleMania to when it comes to a standard, a bar there, saying, can you compare to this wild-ass Raw where the crowd was red hot and a lot of random shit happened? Because you had Fandangoing, you had people not happy that The Rock wasn't there, people were pissed that Punk wasn't there, you had Ryback turning heel, you had some matches that we didn't care about, they were mainly tag matches, and Ziggler's World Heavyweight Champion. And like I said, a lot of people probably had to wash their pants after that moment. So, yeah, this was pretty damn fun of an episode of Raw. It's still hard for any other episodes to compare, because, again, every time we see a Raw after WrestleMania, people keep thinking, how does this compare to this one, because this is the most standout Raw after WrestleMania of all time. We all know that by now. So anyway, let me know what y'all thought in the comment section below. Even after all these years, what did you all think about the Raw after WrestleMania 29? Did you enjoy it? Or not? High points and low points? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed today's episode, folks, please remember to leave a like, subscribe with the bell turned on here on YouTube, and comment what you thought below. And I'll catch you all next time. Thanks for listening, folks. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, and good day, everybody.